I'm Mark Wade, and this is my story. I was raised in Newark, New Jersey, literally kind of in the streets of Newark, New Jersey. I have 3 brothers. My mom and my stepfather raised us. They were fantastic parents, but life was challenging at times. We always had a roof over our head and food on the table most of the time. My mom was a waitress and my dad was an auto mechanic, and they found a way to send us to a parochial grammar school, all 4 boys. We have to deal with people called nuns. High school is when we moved out of Newark, New Jersey, out of the city to what I call the country, which was really just the suburbs 10 miles away. I thought we lived near a farm. It was fabulous. There was a park and a lake. High school was great for me. I made a lot of great friends. Sometimes you feel like the outsider, the kid coming from the city, moving to the suburbs. I played sports in high school. I wrestled. Also played judo outside high school, played a little bit of baseball and track and field. Sports were a big part of my life in high school. While I was a good student, I wasn't a fantastic student in grammar school. And so every now and then I found myself at the end of a yardstick or a ruler, but I really enjoyed going to school. My senior year of high school, I remember my mom saying to me, you know, honey, I was at the diner. She worked at a diner. I was at the diner and some of the people that you went to school with, their parents were in the diner, and they were talking about who was going to this college, who was going to that college. We just want to let you know that if you want to go to college, you're going to have to find a way to get there because obviously we're not going to be able to send you. So I worked for a year right after high school to save enough money for the first semester of college. And people said to me at that time, well, what are you going to do when that semester's over? I said, I don't know, but I'll figure it out when I get there. I attended Fairleigh Dickinson University for undergraduate. I started not having a real clear path, who I wanted to be or what I wanted to do. So my cousin was going to college at the same time, and he was pre-med, so I said, well, that sounds good. I'll be pre-med too. And that lasted about a year and a half until I took a course called Economics 101. I had this phenomenal instructor, this phenomenal professor, was also the chairman of the department. And halfway through the semester, I said, that's it, I'm changing my major to economics. So halfway through the semester, I asked her if she would be my advisor. She said, well, let's talk about that first, because you're pre-med, and are you sure you don't want to do that anymore? I said, I fell in love with economics. I want to do something in finance. I want to do something with business and money. And she said, okay, you're in. That's how I kind of switched majors to economics, finished my undergraduate school at that college, Fairleigh Dickinson in New Jersey, did graduate work at Wharton, University of Pennsylvania, and a little bit at NYU, New York. I worked the entire time through college. You could well imagine. I took every loan there was to take and worked 3 jobs during the year, 3 different jobs. And one of those jobs, my senior year, I was fortunate enough to secure a spot at a financial planning firm in New Jersey. And so I worked on the weekends and all summer long. I attained my insurance license and security license while in school. That started my career in the financial world. There have been many studies done in corporate America. They look to see what are the real common elements, the common denominators between high achievers, between people who stand out in their field, whatever that field is. And they determined without a doubt, it was persistence. It was the ability to stay the course. It was the ability to never quit, to never give up. And I learned that I had never quit anything in my life up to that point in time. And as I sit here today, I've never quit anything in my life. I've always followed through on whatever it was I decided to go after. I have a fair amount of persistence in me. It's by the grace of God that I'm even able to sit here with you today. I mean, I say it's been a good life, but it's been challenging in many ways. And, a couple of those hurdles were I survived stage 4 cancer, a triple bypass. As far as people, you need a hand up every now and then. You need somebody to say, hey, son, this is the way to go. I was able to find a fellow who turned out eventually to be my boss, to be my mentor, to be my friend, and really was a father figure to me. And Rick was his name, and he really helped me tremendously in my career. He not only opened up some doors for me along the way, because like I said, everybody needs a hand up. Everybody needs direction every now and then. But he was a big influence in my life and helped me to become the man that I am today. I have failed many times like others have failed. As many times as you fail, you pick yourself up, you brush yourself off, and you say, okay, let's go, let's have at it again. Knowing that I had nobody to help grease the skids for me, if you will. Anytime we were in a meeting in my corporate life, which was early in my career, and they needed somebody to do a particular job and nobody would raise their hand, I would raise my hand. And I say, I'll do it. And the next time they needed somebody to do some dirty work or a job that nobody wanted to do, I'd raise my hand and I'd do it. My whole theory, this was my game plan. You're gonna love this. My game plan was, if I do that enough times, hopefully they'll remember me when an opportunity comes along and they'll say, hey, maybe we should give it to this guy, Mark, because he's really been there for us. It's kind of my early formula to success, if you will. Don't ever give up and do the work that nobody else wants to do. Maybe some good things will happen for you. If I could go back in time in my early 20s and give myself a word of advice, I would definitely say, never give up, never quit. Always go the extra mile, always give the extra effort. Whether it's sports, whether it's your studies, whether it's business, your family, never quit. Always go the extra mile. The thing that keeps driving me year after year to do the only thing that I've ever done, which is 44 years of being in this industry and helping clients, is being able to make a real difference in the lives of not only individuals, but families. And not just this family, but the next family and the one after that, because you're helping people create legacies. You're helping people create family cultures. You're helping people create family meaning. Being able to help clients pass along their legacies. It's not just about money. It's not just about the inheritance. It's about what the family values are, what their meaning in life is, how they contribute back not only to their community, but maybe to the world in general. That's what drives me. It's the greatest thing to be able to see the improvements and the difference that you make in the lives of people.